You could be running out of time to make life-changing gains in HBar, Cardano, XLM, I don't care. But right now, something insane is building, and most people are not even paying any attention at all. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly where we are and why time is really quite limited. Hit the like button and let's get into this video. Now, the reason I wanted to make this video, because of something really depressing that I read this morning. Now guys, I know we're all different ages, we're in different situations, but this is something worth reading. I was searching for a Wyckoff accumulation phase into Google, and it told me the accumulation phase refers to the period in a person's life in which they are saving for retirement. The accumulation happens ahead of distribution phase when they are retired, spending the money. This tells me something extremely scary. It tells me the view of basically everyone is that our life in our prime is basically working to save and be able to spend money when we're old and too old to enjoy it. But for me, who is currently 35, I find this an extremely scary and daunting prospect. Fortunately, you have an opportunity to be able to do something about that and make some money that you're going to be able to use as a kind of a younger person. Who knows, you may not even make it to retirement age, guys. Don't want to be like depressing, but who knows, you could walk outside and be hit by a car. Obviously, don't do that. Look both ways, guys. It's dangerous out there. Be safe. But I want to show you why I think we're running out of time and why you really must start taking action right now. If you are a young person and you have a lot of free time on your hands, and I do mean free time as in you're coming home and maybe you're chilling out, or you're going home and you're going to the pub or whatever, right now is possibly a time you say to yourself that maybe I have a bit of austerity. I do a 6 months, a year with a bit of austerity. I went to Bali for that reason. And you're like, well, that's fine, you had a nice time. I went to Bali because it got me away from, hanging out with the lads and playing rugby and all that stuff, which was great, and I enjoyed it, but it meant for a year I could focus on building something that was going to be able to make me kind of better cash. And I built this YouTube channel up, I built other things around it, and it allowed me to basically train my mind to be more disciplined and focus on building into what is happening right now on the chart. And because I think that every pound or dollar in my pocket right now has the potential to be worth 20 times more. So that means that maybe I don't go out and spend so much money on clothes and drinking and, nice meals and whatever else right now. Maybe right now, I also, if I can come up with a potential side hustle, whether it's online, whether it's going out and cleaning cars and putting up Christmas lights in a couple of months, whatever it is, selling some stuff on eBay, well, maybe I've got a great opportunity to be able to make a bit of extra cash. Now, I know that's not achievable for everyone because of where you live or because of families or whatever else. I get it. But this is a message for those people who could perhaps do a little bit more. Total crypto market cap. This is the Wyckoff accumulation phase. The thing I was searching for when I came across that depressing thing on Google is from a guy called Richard Wyckoff who used to work on Wall Street. And he identified that the markets would always follow very similar patterns through an accumulation zone. So after a big move towards the upside, you would come down and it would accumulate again. And there would be various kind of moves that were basically designed to trick people into making the wrong move and therefore providing liquidity to the market. Now, I get it. There are a lot of people out there who are saying that right now we are in a bear market and we will continue to roll over towards the downside. There is a lot of fear associated with what's going on in the market right now. I appreciate that. We mean well, this is not 100% guaranteed, but what is showing on the Bitcoin chart right now shows me that, in my opinion, we are about to boom towards the upside. And this as well will shock you. As I move my mouse away, we can see the accumulation zone running over the top of this. And look at how perfectly the price chart of the total market cap is lining up with where we are right now. If you can't see that clearly, right now we are in the LPS area of this particular pattern, phase C. On this, you can see that around the 18th of September, we could perhaps be starting to move towards the upside. Currently the 9th, that's 9 days away. And potentially we could be moving out of phase C by early October. Now, a lot of people are saying that, this is happening, that's happening. This fundamentally is lining up very nicely. Bitcoin did this earlier on in the year on a kind of a smaller time frame. This is on a weekly time frame. If this actually plays out, and it can play out, for all those people who are like, it's guaranteed not to play out, we're going to go into a bear market, you have a 0.5% chance of being right, because you can either be right or wrong. But I guarantee you, this is me, if I'm investing right now, and the market takes a further dump towards the downside, and I sit in the red for 6 months, then I will still be up eventually. Would you agree with me? If I'm buying the right projects, if I'm buying the HBars, the XLMs, the XRPs, the Cardanos, the Caspers, whatever you want. If I'm buying into these projects right now and buying at buy zones on good pullbacks, then would you agree with me that even if I sit in the red for 6 months, at some point in the next 2 years, I'm going to be heavily up? If that is your answer, then you need to be accumulating in areas where there's a good opportunity. And we could be running out of time. You never know whether the next day you look at the charts, we're into the full-blown bull market. You never know that tomorrow, Bitcoin's not up 40% and dragged everything else up 50, 60%. It can happen overnight. And if you don't have exposure, you run the risk of basically having to FOMO into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's like 50k or whatever. Now, this is why I recommend DCAing in. You start accumulating at these levels. If it does take a further dip, you have some USDT or whatever set aside in order to be able to accumulate more. Brings down your average price paid. But if you're going all in right now, like me, then you have to find another way to inject cash flow into your life through different ways and means. Because it means even if I drop towards the downside, well, I know I've got cash flow coming in from different places that I can just push in and pump in, which allows me to be really, really heavy on the risk side of things right now and get aggressive. You need to ask yourself the questions: do I have the ability to support myself if things go towards the downside? Do I have cash flow? Where's my cash flow coming from, etc.? Okay, don't overexpose yourselves. Be very cautious. Do your own research. But in my opinion, right now is where you should be feeling uncomfortable. And then you can feel comfortable in the bull market. So what we can see, if this does boost into phase C, phase D, then we're going to be moving into a very exciting time. But there's no guarantee of that. But guys, look, this is HBar. Zoom out. Look at a weekly chart. The talks of like, oh, maybe we'll get down to this level or maybe we'll get down to this level. Just go and click on tradingview.com. Go up here and click on a 1 week chart. Even better, click on a 1 month chart. And look, do you think the price is high or low right now? Buy low, sell high. But everyone else is dumbass, guys. Kills me because everyone else wants to buy when it's like this. And then this happens. Okay? This is not just HBar. What else we got? Ethereum. High or low? Yeah, you're right. It could drop down here, guys. You're right. It could drop down here. But if you weren't buying in here, then you're not going to buy in here. So you might as well start to DCA in right now. Okay, obviously, could be in an uptrend. I think we're going to be in an uptrend. I look at Bitcoin. Where are we? You know, we're looking into the weekly on Bitcoin. Something very interesting happened on Bitcoin yesterday. These rejection candles here show us that, yeah, we're not able to push the price higher. But even after pushing down lower, look, we get brought up in this area. This is a very, very strong piece of support for Bitcoin. The longer it sits there, potentially we have a chance for this. Okay, of course. Of absolute course, guys, we could potentially roll over, put in a shoulder and do this. But you never know for certain whether that's going to happen. All you know for certain, pretty much, is that Bitcoin's going to be worth more than it is right now in the future. It could potentially be worth less. Fine. Then you can buy more. But if it goes up from here and you never get a chance to buy here again, you're going to absolutely kick yourself. I guarantee that. I'm not telling you to buy. You can do your own research, understand a little bit about what's going on here, and it'll make you feel much better about life. Now, guys, that's my 2 cents. You have the opportunity to make potentially life-changing gains if you work hard and focus right now. It's up to you, okay? I know what I'm doing. Got my plan. Make your own plan. Have some goals. And if you want to buy crypto right now, then absolutely, while there's rumors of Binance potentially having some sketchy stuff going on and various other exchanges, who knows what could happen. If we do take another dip towards the downside, who knows whether we have another exchange collapse, and therefore you should be using a hardware wallet. I use a decent hardware wallet because it's got a fingerprint scanner, which is very like James Bond and pretty cool. Also, it means I don't have any wires and it links up via Bluetooth with my iPhone. Also works on Android. There's over 2,000 supported coins and you can find out all about them in an exclusive link down below where you'll also get an exclusive discount. Absolute no-brainer, guys. Go and check out Decent. I recommend it highly. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye-bye.